Hello, Steve White 89. Well, the good news is Peacemaker is cancelled. There's no season 3, thank God. Now, Mr. Gunn is going to act like this was his choice, but I'm pretty sure they cancelled it because no one was watching it. It was not making it into the Nelsons or any of the other charts. And you can't have your sort of big, sort of main sort of DCU series, be a dud. So they had to get rid of it. So that's good. But the bad thing for fans, at least, is that it seemed to go out on a whimper. I've heard there's some good emotional resolution to some of the characters in this episode, but it's more like an epilogue than a final episode. And unfortunately, because James Gunn is James Gunn, he had blown this final series up to epic proportions where there's going to be some big reveal and things that, would affect the series. And there really wasn't anything in it. There's they introduced a prison planet called... I thought I wrote this down. Okay, I didn't. There's a prison planet. I can't remember what it was called. They introduced that, and they did it really cheap. He's basically just standing in a field. And I'm like, okay. And they showed that a couple of characters were working together, and I don't know who they are because I wrote down some notes, and it's just part of my notes here, not the whole lot. There's another lot of notes I was watching when I was watching another video about it, but yeah, they're not really important. The point is they didn't introduce much. They sort of had someone working with, I think it was his dad or one of the other characters. So just a team up, bringing someone from DC Comics into the universe, so a new character that hasn't been on screen before, I think, but not an important one. And yeah, just not much happened. No big action scenes. Apparently there was a couple of musical numbers of live acts, so that was kind of repetitive, and it just wasn't really great. People were expecting something big, they didn't get it, and that's the end. Now the characters will come back in the movies. I'm sure he'll shoehorn them in and try and do season 3 in like the next Superman movie or something, because the problem with this and with this James Gunn, and the problem with James Gunn is, well, James Gunn, but also the fact he's got no one to say no to him. And this is why you can't really have the creatives run the show. You have to have someone to counter them, someone to say, no, this isn't going to work, we can't do this. You can't just have them do everything because, maybe if they're amazing and they have their head on straight, they can do it, but most people, they will just pander to their own interests and their own self-interests, and that's what James Gunn's been doing. Instead of promoting the other things in the DCU, all he does is promote the things he's working on directly. And yeah, so it's cancelled, which is good. It's sad that they're in the situation now where he's just doing what he wants without any supervision, without any responsibility or accountability, and he seems to just be repeating the same mistakes that Marvel did. Whether that's putting too much emphasis on something and making people feel like they have to do homework before they watch a movie, or building up a show like it's that important, then nothing happens because they can't have something happen that, would affect something in the movie because, people would have to watch that to get the movie. So it's a bit of a mess. And it's kind of disappointing to people I hear. One issue that I had, Rick Flag Sr. is working with Lex. Checkmate is coming from the comics, and the prison planet's called Salvation. I don't know why I couldn't read that on the first time. So those are the things they did. But yeah, it's just like, okay, I don't care because I don't like the show. And I think they did a lot of damage to society by establishing in the Marvel universe there is, well, the comic universe, any of them, that there is a Nazi future where they got rid of all the black people, all the minorities, all the gay people, and that world works perfectly, and it's a little euphoria for all those people. It's a little, Nazi's paradise. That's an incredibly bad message because all those sort of authoritarian, they never work. All those, I don't even know what to call them. Those sort of dictatorships, those civilizations, those cultures, those groups, they always fail. They always eat their own because these people need an enemy, and if they defeat their enemy, they just make an enemy out of the next person or themselves. So it just doesn't work. So that world would not be a nice, peaceful place for the white people, even though, you know. So I'm glad it's gone. But yeah, it sounds like it was a bit of a disappointment. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the second season. I kind of enjoyed the first season, but I felt like it was wrong for DC and just wrong in so many ways. But I mean, James Gunn, he doesn't seem to get what makes, good superheroes, and he just seems to just want to do his version of everything, and he doesn't seem to care what's better for the audience or for the franchise or for the characters. It's just what he wants. He's just making this stuff for himself and promoting it. So it's just I'm so tired. I want to talk about this for a minute, but it doesn't exactly give me any energy. It's like, hate the show, hate James Gunn, glad it's over. Sad that they disappointed the fans with a mediocre ending and epilogue instead of a final episode that was beefed up to be some big final episode where it really was just an epilogue. But I'm gonna go. I'm tired.